Our classrooms, culture, and communities are in crisis. Indeed and in fact, education is under attack. What I mean, schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and many of our children are undereducated. It's rather underwhelming. I want to have a courageous conversation that emanates from my new books, Strategies for Successful Schools and Learners Are Leaders. Today on In the Mix, let's have a courageous conversation about the topic, weapons of mass instruction. How to develop a generation of learners and innovators. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good, good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Oh yeah, family, we're getting ready to have a courageous conversation. You know how we do it. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Come on, hit the thumbs up button on this video. I'm growing your greatness. Help me to grow our channel. Then while you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. Come on, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. You know how we do it as well, family. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, we're going to light it up. 100-watt conversation. We're going to keep it 100. We too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. We're going to spotlight. We're going to highlight the topic for today, which is weapons of mass instruction. How to develop a generation of learners and innovators. Family, we are in the throes of back to school. Oh yeah, the season has shifted. It's back to school time, but it's not a time for us to backtrack. It is a time for us to move forward because we've got to care for our children. Of course, I give a sincere salute. I'm a former educator. Yeah, and matter of fact, I wouldn't even say I'm a former educator. I'm a current educator, but being in the classroom setting and in the classroom walls, the four walls of the classroom, I was there for 12 years. And so to actually engage with our children, yeah, whether it's on the elementary, middle school, or even high school level, it is all about really shifting the paradigm, teaching on the secondary level, but also teaching as a professor on the collegiate level. I know the whole gamut of the game, the in between, the ins and outs, the out front, as well as the behind the scenes. And so I want to give a sincere salute to every educational leader. Yeah, to those who are our teachers, our administrators, those who are parapros, those who are special education teachers, in any form, in any aspect, whether you're working in the cafeteria, whether you're a bus driver, you are still a part of education. So we salute you, to every educational leader, to also our parents, because parents are the first teachers, to our caring community members as well. And here's the thing about it when we think about education. The plight and promise of education is seemingly at a standstill, family. This is code red. This is code emergency. Yeah. The plight and promise of education is seemingly at a standstill. And here's what we can't afford to do. We cannot afford to stand still when education is at a standstill. We can't afford to stand still by continually doing what is not working as our children are suffering. We can't do it. We have to pray for our children, of course, but we also have to prepare our children too. Come on, family, just type education matters. Come on, type education matters. It's time for us to do what's never been done before so that we can go and achieve what we've never achieved before. We got to do what's never been done before so we can achieve what we have never seen before. Here's the thing, new doors cannot open with old keys. If we don't evolve, we won't be involved. Educating our children is hard work. But hear me, it's heart work. Come on, family, just type heart work. Educating our children is hard work. But here's what I know. It's heart work. And so this is what I want to do. I want to salute every heart worker. Yeah, I want to give a sincere salute to every heart worker. You as an educational leader, you as a parent, you as a guardian, you as a caring community member. Why? Because you are dedicated to cultivating our children for success in our homes, in our classrooms, and in our communities. And that's why education is so near and dear to me. So near and dear to me. Which is why I have penned 2 books. Yeah, releasing 2 books at the same time. Book 17 and book 18, Strategies for Successful Schools and Learners Are Leaders. Go ahead, get those books. Links in the chat, links in the description are also available on Amazon. If you want a signed copy or if you want bulk orders, go ahead and tap the link that is in the chat and link that is in the description of this video. I believe that you have a deep clarion calling and commitment on your life to educate. And hear me, education goes beyond just the 4 walls of a school. Education can even be in your career. Education can be online. Education can be in the small setting of your particular cubicle, your office. Could be in the home. And here's the thing. What I realize is that doing the same old thing, expecting a different result, will not yield the result that we desire to receive. It will keep us, hear me, repeating what was rather than reimagining what can be. So here's what I have to do. I got to think more and before. I got to reimagine this whole situation. What can I do differently to shift the paradigm and the trajectory in education? I want to stretch the elasticity of your thinking. For you as an educational leader, for you as a school board member, for you as a parent, for you as a legislator, for you as a decision maker, for you as a caring community member, for you as a classroom teacher, I want to challenge you. Why is that? Because challenges create champions. That's what it does. Challenges create champions. Come on, family, type champion. Type champion. Do you realize that you are a champion in their eyes? And here's what I realize, that we are grappling with a myriad of challenges in academia. It's some rough terrain out here. The pandemic really put it under the microscope. When we're seeing an intense aspect and trajectory of parents who would rather homeschool their children rather than sending their children to school. They say, listen, my children are undereducated. My schools are underfunded. Teachers are underpaid. I might as well put it into my own hands. Why? Because education is underwhelming. Education is the key, but the lock is broke. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Let me say it twice. Education is the key, but sadly, the lock is broke. And here's the thing, to navigate hardships, to navigate hurdles, what we're going to have to do is that we are going to have to engage in disruptive thinking. If we really intend to shift the paradigm, if we really intend to shift it in our classrooms, in our culture, in our communities, in the midst of the myriad of crises that even affects the curriculum, we're going to have to engage in disruptive thinking, not distorted thinking, but disruptive thinking. If we're really going to confront the challenges within our educational system, that's what we're going to have to do. Why is that? Because one of the greatest transformational tools that we can champion is through the power of innovative thinking. Too many times in education, we have a fixed mindset, not a growth mindset. We have a static mindset rather than an innovative mindset. We have to engage in a level of design thinking in the midst of our didactic teaching. Design thinking is not just a buzzword. What it is, design thinking is a transformative approach. What does it do? It empowers leaders to view problems through a creative lens. Maybe that's one of the issues in education. There's not enough creativity. There's not enough imagination. There's not enough innovation. Come on. What caused kids to run to school in kindergarten and in first grade? And then by the time they hit fourth grade, they try to run home as fast as they possibly can. Something happened. We're going to get to the bare bones of it. We have to view education through more of a creative lens. As educators, we have to see ourselves as individuals who not just engage in rigor, but also, and not just rigor and rhetoric, but also in relationship. We have to see that we are curators of curriculum, curators of conversation, curators for our children who are painters, enabling solutions that are not only effective, but are also equitable, that are also inclusive. Just because our children are different does not mean that they are deficient. Family, come on, type "our kids matter." Come on, family, just type "our children matter." Education is near and dear to me. I've been a staunch advocate for students. I've been a staunch advocate for our children. I've been a staunch advocate for our teachers. I've been a staunch advocate for school districts all across these yet to be United States of America, all across the country. So what have I done? I've taught on the local level in Metro Detroit, elementary, middle, and high schools. I've lectured as a professor at various colleges across the United States. Been a professor. Lectured even at Georgetown University. Talking about access and equity in education. Doesn't stop there. I've continued to champion the cause for our children and equitable education in the United States House of Representatives. Yes, even in the political aspect, because those of us who are in education understand that education is political. Whether I'm talking to students in an assembly, whether I'm speaking at a graduation, whether I'm facilitating a teacher in service workshop, whether I'm empowering thousands of teachers, whether I'm teaching teachers, whether I'm empowering thousands as a keynote speaker at the National School Board Association Conference. I am driven to inspire people to think critically and creatively. Why? Because the greatest skill of the 21st century is the skill of critical thinking. Really is. It's the skill of critical thinking. We've got to be critical thinkers in a chaotic world. Oftentimes when I'm speaking, I try to disrupt the equilibrium. Whether that's through comedy, whether that's through something that is unnerving, whether that is engaging our individuals, because a lot of times we come to these workshops, we come to these schools, we come to these conferences, and it's just que sera, whatever will be, will be. It has been the same old thing. And generally, after all is said and done, more is said than done. We come with prejudgments about people. We have all of these aspects of what it is that we think and how it is that we are. We often stereotype people without even getting to know them. And sadly, my dear brothers and sisters, that is what we do with our children. That is what we do with our students. That is how we view our children oftentimes. Rather than championing our children, we stereotype them based upon their hoodie. We're looking at them in a different way simply because their pants may be sagging, or they may have earrings that are in their ears, or they may even have tattoos in their teens. Teens with tattoos, yeah. Here's what we fail to realize. We fail to realize that many of the children that we deal with, many of the children that we teach, many children that we're trying to love, hopefully, they are coming possibly from impoverished neighborhoods. They may be coming from a dysfunctional household. They may be coming from a dilapidated neighborhood and environment. And oftentimes we prejudge the people, we prejudge our children without even taking a vested interest in getting to know what are their pain points. We think that their life is a mess, not realizing that they may not have eaten for the last 2 days. We're solely focused on why they failed to do the project. But do we even consider that they possibly might be living in abject poverty? We often criticize, we often demonize our students and our children for their sagging pants. But here's the thing, my dear brothers and sisters, many of them are coming from sagging homes, sagging communities, sagging schools, sagging self-perception. And so as a result of it, now it sags their mentality. But here's the thing. If we pull up the homes, if we pull up the schools, if we pull up the communities, if we pull up their personal perception, if we help to pull up their mental health, I am a living witness that our children will pull up their pants. Maybe it's not that our children are failing. Maybe it's that we are failing our children. Family, I want to pause for the cause right here. If you're not a member of our Eagles community, go and join us right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com. TheEaglesAcademy.com. We got a special rate going on right now where you can join us for just $24.99. Where we have the camaraderie, the connectivity, the compassion, the concern. But there's a whole lot of courageous conversations through the teaching of what it is that I give. To stretch the elasticity of your thinking. To take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. Let me shift your thinking, and I want you to join us. Whatever industry you may be in, join us. You're going to find revelation, and I guarantee you're going to create a revolution in your particular industry. Go to TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button on this video. While you're doing that, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the subscribe button as well. I'm so grateful that we have just such a courageous conversation that's going on in the midst of this conversation. Yeah, in our community, in the mix, where we mix it up with these types of courageous conversations that we're having right now. Talking about weapons of mass instruction. Yeah, we're talking about it. If you don't have a badge, go ahead and secure a badge. Go get a badge. Tap the join button on this channel. The link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video. That's why certain members who are typing, who are conversing in our live chat, this is why they have certain colors connected to their conversations, because they supported a badge. I want you to be a partner with us. Be a partner with me. You help to grow and expand our channel. So go ahead, become a partner. Tap the join button to get a badge. And of course, my give to you and my gift to you is that you have access to our Connor's Corner content. Never before seen footage and insight and information that I don't share anywhere else except in our membership area. Membership has its privileges. Family, we're talking about it. We are talking about, yes, we are, weapons of mass instruction. Looking at the whole aspect of how our classrooms, our culture, and our communities, and in many cases, are in crisis, and how we must develop a generation of learners and innovators. Sadly enough, we made our students to be just nothing but a number. Yeah, so much so that they got to be accounted for, because we understand that numbers matter. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. From the number of students in our classes to their particular number when it comes to their GPA, because we believe that their GPA dictates their GPS. It extends from what score that they receive to the line item budget for our school district. And we get so caught up in all the bureaucracy. We get so caught up in all of the quotas of what it is that we need to meet. But do we make our children feel seen? Do we make our children feel heard? Do we make our children feel valued? We even call it count day. Meanwhile, does our curriculum, does the way that we connect to our children, does all of that discount our children each and every single day? Family, I want to pause for calls. In the midst of this special message, I'm giving you a special message right here. I want you to stick and stay. More is on the way. Breaking news. Breakthrough is on the other side of this break. After these messages, I will be right back. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment. Yes, y'all. And we don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Oh, we're having a heavy conversation. We're talking about weapons of mass instruction. Come on, family. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. We're illuminating your mindset. Talking about weapons of mass instruction that really become destruction. How to develop a generation of learners and innovators. That's what we're talking about. Because sadly, we have made money more important than our children. It's become so much about the numbers that oftentimes, even as educational leaders, we often have a failing grade when it comes to being a nurturer. Power to nurture is more important than achieving a certain number. Sometimes I'm in the classroom and I realize that being a black male in the classroom is very significant and rather important. Isn't it interesting that I make up only 2% of black male educators in America? Only 2% of educators in America look like me. So here's the thing. Oftentimes when us as brothers, when we leave school, we stay out of schools. Which is generally why many of our boys, much less even our girls, don't want to be teachers. They don't want to be educators. Why? Because they don't even see us present in it. Why would I value something that it doesn't seem as if we value it? I remember being in a classroom and I was a guest teacher in a classroom, and a young kid, maybe is about 13, 14. I'm walking into the classroom. He's almost about to tackle me. I said, "What's good, bro? What's going on? What's going on?" He was just so excited. I said, "Hey, you doing all right, bro?" He said, "Yeah. I'm just so excited." I said, "Why are you so excited?" He said, "Because this is my first time ever having a black male teacher, and he dresses cool." 13, 14 years of education that he went through, and he never saw anybody like me in the classroom. And not just being a physical representative, but understanding that I know he has to engage in hard work, but I'm also bringing the hard work to it because I understand and I remember being his age. I don't know what he may have been dealing with, but I know the time that he may be in the classroom with me is going to be a powerful aspect to where it shifts his life now, to where he thinks about life differently, to where I can expose him to more than before. Why? Because young people like Kodak film, all they need is development and exposure. And that's what we must do. We must develop and expose our young people to the greatness that's on the inside of them. Listen, family, I can be intoxicated with exuberance of my intellectual verbosity any day. I can bloviate. I can be loquacious. I can talk to you about the teleological suspension of the ethical. Yeah, we could talk about the writings of Soren Kierkegaard. We could talk about Einstein's theory of relativity. We could talk about entropy and the second law of thermodynamics. We could talk about Francis Galton's nature versus nurture. Oh, I could hip you to the game and talk about culturally relevant pedagogy. We could have a philosophical, theological discussion about ontological absolutes. We could examine the neo-expressionism of Jean-Michel Basquiat's paintings. We sure could. We could talk about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but I don't need to do any of that at all today. However, as a fair warning, I can go there if you dare. I really can. But I digress. Why? Because I have to express the importance of education for our children. It's a serious situation going on. We can't keep doing what's not working. Are you hearing me? We can't keep doing what's not working because we've made money more important than our children's mental health. What have we done? We placed policies over people, and we focused on politics and politricks. Now our children continue to suffer. We've chosen evaluations over empathy. We've chosen school attendance over soft skills development. Yeah, we focus so much on memorization, then innovation and imagination. We've chosen memorization over innovation and imagination. Standardized test intelligence over emotional intelligence. And we wonder why schools across this nation are in disarray. Why? Because we focus solely on just IEPs and meeting AYP and attending PTA meetings. And yeah, those are good. We focus so much on just GPAs and IFSPs, but are we leading with LOVE? Come on, family, just type love. Type love. Here's what I understand. As we lead with love, it's going to now connect. It's going to now flow into every heart. It's now going to flow into the hands of our children. It's now going to, in many cases, educate the entire child. That's what it's got to do. That's what we have to have. We got to have that love that emanates. We got to have it to the place to where, listen, this is more than just a paycheck. This is purpose. This is more than just a job, it's a calling. This is a vocation. And I realize and recognize, and family, this is why we got to pray for our teachers. We can't argue with our teachers. We got to pray for our teachers. Too many times it's too much combativeness between parents and teachers and administrators, to where children just caught in that triangular aspect and don't even know what to do. and are just lost in the sauce. When I understand the whole aspect of what our teachers go through, underfunded, underpaid, overworked, underrested, wearing so many hats. Because not only are you a teacher, to a certain degree, you're a surrogate parent. You're a surrogate parent. Not only are you just a teacher, you're a confidant. Not only are you just a teacher, you're a brother, you're a sister, you're a big brother, you're a big sister, you're an auntie, you're an uncle, you're a guardian, you're a mental health expert, you're a counselor, you're a therapist, you're someone's shoulder to cry on. And one of the aspects of teaching is that you learn that you have to continue to be a learner. You have to continue to be a listener. You have to hear, and you have to have a pulse on the pain of what it is that our children are dealing with. Family, we're having too many funerals and not enough graduations. How can our children really be set and have a mindset to learn when they had to walk to school with no street lights? The other night, their cousin or their mother was in a serious predicament. They lost their loved one in a rage of gun violence. Haven't eaten a really good meal in a few days. And so by the time they get to you in school, listen, to a certain degree, they're frustrated. May have their head down, may be disconnected, may be disinterested. I can't think about what it is that I want to learn when my stomach is growling. I can't think about how it is that I'm going to learn when I understand when I'm in the other room sleeping at night and your parent is being abused, much less, God forbid, you are being abused. When 1 in 3 girls is abused and touched inappropriately. When 1 in 6 boys is, except our boys just don't talk about it. Dealing with mental health, dealing with mental health issues, dealing with depression, anxiety, frustration, coming to school, even being bullied. And sometimes we turn a blind eye to it. And now what should be instruction moves into a place of destruction. Because here's the thing, Johnny and Jamal and Ray Ray and Kanisha and Katie and Javier and Jose and Maria are just wondering, do you see me? Do you value me? Do you even hear me? But here's the thing. First thing we say, take off that hoodie. Pull up them pants. Not saying that that should not happen at all. But do we have a heart of love to say, before I correct, can I connect? Is it that the first time I speak, will it be to critique? Not saying that you should throw your classroom management out. Don't do it. Not saying that there should just be upheaval and there should be no level of respect and no level of decorum. There better be. But do you connect to our children? Notice I didn't say these kids. Notice I didn't say those kids. I'm talking about our kids, our children, our learners, our innovators, our creators, our new generation leaders. When I see that child is mine, Not only have to be related to them, but you're in my classroom, you're in my hallway, you're in my school, you're in my district, you're in my environment. You are mine. It's ours. And so for these next hours, these 8 hours, going to impact you, going to empower you, going to love you through what you go through, going to have a listening ear to hear, going to make sure that there are wraparound services, going to develop your literacy, going to focus on some mental health, put you in the hands of a counselor if we need to. Why? Because this may be the only bastion of hope that our children have to cope. The school is a second home. Is it just as toxic as what they left? Come on, family, type connection. Type connection. Type connection. Passionate about this subject matter. Passionate about our children. Passionate about our educators. Passionate about our schools. Something has to change. This is why I wrote the books, Strategies for Successful Schools. For our teachers, for our educational leaders, for our school board members, and then also learners and leaders. A book for our children to read, to lead, and to achieve. I want you to pray over our children this year. I want you to speak life into our children this year. I want you to see the greatness that are in our children. I want you to help speak truth to power and speak and care for the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked, the underserved, and the underrepresented. I want you to get to a particular place to where you move from it's just about me to now it's about we. I want you to move from that lens of to where it's just only about I and now it's about us. Why? Because you don't just soar as high as your dream, you soar as high as your team. Teachers, we got to come together. Got to lift our voice together. Got to advocate together. Got to connect. Got to redirect. Got to reimagine. I'm speaking over your schools. I'm speaking over your children. I'm speaking over your life. There will not be a school shooting this year at your school. We come against that. We come against fights and angst and anxiety and negativity and depression and rage. No, we speak safety in Jesus' name over your children, over your classroom, over the school campus, over the grounds, over the hallways, over the security. We speak that there's going to be peace in your classroom this year. There's going to be increase in your classroom this year. Your children are not going to fail this year. They're going to meet expectations this year. They're going to overcome obstacles. They're going to heal what hurts. They're going to find their greatness and their uniqueness. They're going to find the power of their purpose, their promise, and their possibility. Why? Because they're packaged with greatness. They're going to unwrap their gifts this year. They're going to be on the honor roll this year. They're going to be on the National Honor Society this year. They're going to get scholarships and grants for education on the higher level in academia. They're going to get scholarships to go to trade schools. They're going to be able to overcome the odds and the obstacles. They're going to do something different. They're going to do what's never been done before to go where they've never gone before. Come on, family. If you believe it, type success. Come on. If you believe it, type success. Success, nothing less. Success. Come on, type success. Your son is going to be successful. Your daughter is going to be successful. Your children that you mentor and that you teach are going to be successful. That's why education is so near and dear to me. That's why mentorship is so near and dear to me. That's why I developed the mentoring program, Boys to Books, and after-school program to empower our brothers to read, lead, and succeed through literacy development. Every mentorship program should be a literacy development, should have a literacy development component. What is it for our brothers to know how to tie a tie and shake a hand, but they don't know how to read? Readers are leaders. That's why we're giving them ideas that increase their life, literacy, leadership, and life skills enrichment to take them to another level and another dimension. Family, we've been having a courageous conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. This is what it's all about. Empowering our children to go where you've never gone before and to do what you've never done before. Real parents want their children to do better than they did. Real teachers want their students to do better than they did. And as a result, here's what they will do. They will adequately prepare them for the next level. Family, drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. We've had a super and a courageous conversation about our children. That's right, our children. This is our channel, and these are our children. Our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. As you sow into this word that we've heard, I want you to sow into the greatness of our children. And even as you're sowing today, proceeds from what you sow are going to my Boys to Books mentoring program to empower our children through literacy, leadership, and life skills enrichment. They've locking up our children left and right. We might as well do something to unlock their dreams. Your support, your resources, your seed, your partnership helps me to galvanize opportunities to give resources to our boys, to give back to schools, to provide books, to help with allocation of resources and funding, to actually take the time to invest it in the mentorship, to offset expenses that oftentimes many of our schools do not have because they are underfunded. But we don't want our children to be underrepresented or undermined. And so your seed helps me to meet the needs that are so great within our communities, within our homes, and definitely within our schools. You can sow via super chat. You can sow via super sticker. Yeah, super chat or super sticker, $ access identity for Cash App. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video for how to give and where to give. Yes, it is. Cash App, $ access identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. You can give that way as well. Again, Cash App, $ access identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. Again, link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video for how to give and where to give. So I thank you for partnering with me, making an investment in this vision, and also sowing into the vision of what it is that I am increasing my landscape to empower our boys, particularly through my program, Boys to Books. Empowering our brothers to read, lead, and succeed, and then also to do the work by rolling up my sleeves and engaging in our schools. Family, I hope this conversation connected to you. If you're not a part of our Eagles community, please join us. TheEaglesAcademy.com, 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 and you can join us for just $24.99. Still of a deal for all of what it is that you receive, being a part of our exclusive Facebook group, the networking, the camaraderie, the 24/7 access to all of our sessions, past and present, to, of course, being a part of our live sessions where I'm coaching, teaching, training, mentoring you, empowering you to really walk in the power of your purpose, to reimagine, to reconnect, to shift the paradigm in your life, and to really be an industry leader by increasing your ideas, your impact, and your influence. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. That's the ultimate partnership. By connecting and joining our Eagles community, you can partner with us as well by securing a badge, by becoming a member in our Connor's Corner. Yeah. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of the video. You can tap the join button on this channel. And you get a lot of courageous conversation, a lot of behind the scenes, seeing me on the road, some of the things of what it is, what my eating and my diet looks like, having just conversations about relationships and speaking and coaching, all of that only there in our members area. Join us there. Family, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the subscribe button. Was this conversation empowering to you? Come on, let me know for sure. Family, in the mix, out of time. But y'all know I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. We do that each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix, right here on the YouTube side. And of course, I appreciate all of you who are also watching on the social media side. Yeah, thank you for watching on our sister satellite stations on social media. And so a sincere salute to you. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button as well. And so I got a question for you. Are we locked in? Are you my friend? Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way. Step that way. Yeah, step this way and step that way. Which way am I talking about? By friending me and following me right now on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Come on, family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. If I can help you, if I can serve you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you even look any further? Come on, family, you know I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your school. Yes, your school, your mentorship program, your community session, your college, your graduation. Yeah, bring me in as your graduation speaker this school year. Whatever's clever, your event, I would be honored to empower you. And all you have to do is invite me. Email me, info@eddieconnor.com. info@eddieconnor.com. It'd be an honor for me to empower you. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand. Your brother, and I mean that, from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother gotta run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy, yes it has been, beyond measure. I want you, yes you, I'm talking to you, to keep the faith. Remember to keep the faith and believe. It's going to be bigger, better, whole lot brighter, peace, and yeah, a whole lot of love too. Keep soaring high. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together. Which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth, with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.